Hey Libra, thank you so much for joining me for your Written in the Stars 5-minute forecast for March. I'm Madeline and I've been studying astrology and tarot for a little over 20 years, so I just want to give you kind of an idea of the energetic waves coming into your life this month so that you can surf them a little better and invite more magic into your life every day. That's like what I'm all about. So we've got a really exciting month, cosmically speaking. Venus, your ruler, will be going retrograde in the first week of the month, but even before that, we start off the month with this kind of, I like to think of it as like big bang energy, because it's this massive sudden growth, evolution, and massive breakthroughs, with joyful Jupiter and revolutionary Uranus opposing each other exactly on March the 2nd. So this is a long-term aspect because these planets move very slowly, so we'll be feeling the benefits throughout the year for a few more months. But on March 2nd, they exactly oppose each other. So that is going to be a day, and the hours, like the 48 hours surrounding that day, are going to be power-packed with, like I said, breakthroughs, getting out of ruts, sudden inspiration, sudden motivation to like get out of where you've been and get out into the world. So you in particular, you'll be feeling this sudden realization and this need for freedom around your relationships, because these two planets happen to be opposing each other. Jupiter is in your house of looks and personality, and all of this business, all this action, including revolutionary Uranus, is in your house of partnerships. So it's like, how do you balance your needs with other people's needs, Libra? Which, right, it's kind of your whole thing. So this is a really, really important time of the year for you to examine whether you're getting what you need and whether you're giving enough as well. Both things are really important. So generous Jupiter is blessing your sign, your house of looks and personality, and he's the ruler of growth, expansion, and abundance. Good luck. And then Uranus is the ruler of rebellion, progress, sudden change, shocking evolution. And so when these two get together, it's like Jupiter's helping you reach these unprecedented levels of personal growth and expansion and like greater confidence, a surge of popularity, like your personal brand is getting bigger, right? And then meanwhile, he's energizing revolutionary Uranus in your house of partnerships, inspiring new desires, the need to evolve. And it's like you may grow or have grown to a point now, Libra, that you need either new kinds of relationships or new relationships entirely. It's like you have reached a new level, like it or not. March 2nd, boom. And we all have, it's just in different arenas. But for you, it's about, you need to really step into your power. That Jupiter in your first house is like, get bigger, Libra. Don't get smaller. You have a tendency to want to please others and to want to defer, to compromise. I completely understand, Sun and Libra right here. But it's time for you to really step into who you are and kind of broadcast who you are, not without apologies, but with joy. Okay? Okay, so March 10th, the next really exciting thing that happens is that motivated Mars, the planet of energy, action, and heat, moves into your house of intimacy and the other, the house less politely known as the house of sex, death, power, and other people's money. Okay, so this is the house of depth and psychology, and in this house you could be compelled to go very deep, to transform yourself, to do some really intense personal growth work. Like, the 8th house is the occult, mysticism, even things like tarot and astrology. So it's like you may be feeling like I really need to go deep and really reflect and get a tarot reading or read my chart and really understand why I work the way I work. What are my psychological motivations, and what are even the motivations of other people? That becomes very important and very interesting to you. So in this house, because you know it's the house of intimacy, you could also have strong cravings for deep union. Especially with all this going on in your house of partnerships. It's just like you really want to feel understood, to feel aligned, and to feel supported and accepted, and to be able to offer that to someone else too, and to really be equal. Because again, Libra, you're all about balance and partnership. You want to feel like there's somebody who's just as passionate, just as vital, just as into you as you are to them. This is a great month to find it. Okay, so you want to understand yourself, you want to be understood deeply, And this is a time when you can really recognize and break through old bonds and old unconscious patterns in order to experience more passion and more power, okay? So again, let go of that need to defer. Let go of that need to people please. Ask yourself what you really want and what you really need. And when you start from there, you can really have great partnerships because you yourself feel fulfilled. So there won't be any of this like, oh, I'm people pleasing, and then the day comes where I just feel extremely resentful and I'm like, okay, where's mine? You know, like take care of yourself first, Libra, refill your gas tank, and then you can give to others, all right? Okay, so March 12th, there is a full moon in your house of secrets and the past. And a full moon highlights what we may not have noticed or what we may have even been actively trying to kind of stay unconscious of, right? So in the house of secrets in the past, this is the house of your unconscious. So it's like it's time to take stock of your psychological health. Do you spend enough time on yourself? How are you feeling? Especially on the day of, on the 12th, and the 48 hours before and after. Notice how you're feeling. Full moons can bring culminations or even like crises, as in, pay attention to me, this cannot be ignored anymore, like I need your attention. So it's like, where do you need to heal? Where do you need some self-work? Where do you need to kind of clean out your emotional closet? Like get rid of the baggage, drop the, like a cluttered mind is kind of what you have right now, a cluttered minded spirit, and it's time to kind of get rid of that. You want to take some time to meditate or pray or journal or take a long bath, a long walk. There's no judgment. It's whatever helps you kind of clear your mind and clear your heart. Journaling can be really helpful because it's cathartic and because then you have like a record of what you're feeling, what's going on with you. It helps you to kind of sort it out. You being an air sign, the analysis part becomes a little easier if you've got these pieces that you can look at, right? But whether it's the long bath or meditating, praying, even therapy. I mean, it's a great time for therapy. Like when the full moon is in this house, you can really have like breakthroughs. You can really get things illuminated in ways that you, sorry, my cat's being bad. Bad kitty. I know. Sounds like I'm murdering her. I lifted her gently and set her on the bed, I promise. I love my cat. Okay. So you could also, you could have some really deep dreams. You could have some like sort of almost prophetic visions and insights and inspirations, which is why meditation would really behoove you, because you can have these images or ideas or words that kind of bubble up out of your unconscious and into your conscious mind. And then you're like, oh my God, I never thought of that. I'm going to do it. Give yourself the room and the space for that. When you're always doing input, like I'm reading, I'm watching, I'm listening, like empty everything out and see what comes in. I don't know if you heard like everything in my house turn off right then. That was really weird. Like empty it out, put out all the noise, and really let the silence be fertile ground for breakthroughs, okay? Okay, so March 14th is when the party really starts getting started. Mercury moves into your house of partnerships, and then the sun joins Mercury in your house of partnerships. And then the new moon, 1 week after that, moves into your house of partnerships. And the new moon in Aries is always, always really important because the new moon in Aries is like the astrological new year. It's an ideal night to write down your intentions, to set goals, to sow seeds of this is where I want to be by next spring. And that is happening the night of the 27th and the day of the 28th because it happens around 10 p.m. Central that night. Okay, so in your house of partnerships, this spells opportunities for major new beginnings when it comes to the people you're close with, whether that's partners in romance, business, creativity, any one-on-one tight relationship is really getting the spotlight. And by connecting with yourself more deeply this month, you have this opportunity to better understand how you connect with others and how to connect in ways that bring mutual growth, mutual excitement, passion, and a sense of fulfillment, a sense of satisfaction. You want fun, pleasure, and fulfillment out of your partnerships. and you can really find a way of getting that this month. And especially the fact that you have your ruler, Venus, in retrograde in the same house there at the same time. It's like a really powerful time to think and rethink how you handle your connections, how you love and how you want to receive love, and be very intentional about it. Again, if you're a classic people-pleasing Libra that needs a little more independence, this is pattern-breaking energy that can really set you free, this revolutionary Uranus, generous Jupiter stuff. Whatever your baggage may be, this is a time when you can really throw it off and move into life with a bigger, broader, better perspective, Libra. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this is helpful and helps you create a really wonderful month. If you want me to take a look at your chart specifically and tell you which aspects are going on most powerfully for you, you could book a one-on-one. I have linked my shop in the description below. Or if you want to ask questions or share any insights about your reading, I would love to hear from you, whether in the comments below or on social media. I've linked all that stuff in the description. Thank you so much again for joining me, Libra, and I hope to see you next month. Bye-bye!